everybody? How's it all going for everybody today? Checking in Saturday. It is June 1st. Can you believe it? This is the sixth month of the year. We're already almost halfway through the year, almost halfway to Christmas, believe it or not. And only a few months away from orders supposedly picking up a little bit more with all the holiday season coming. But it is also summer and it is school's out time. I know for a lot of areas, I know locally here, our local schools just got done this week. So let me know, are you done with school? Are your kids done with school? Or do you have another week or two to go? I remember growing up in New Jersey, a lot of times school would go to like this first or second week of June sometimes, depending on how many snow days there were. So we're going to have some fun tonight as you come on in, say hi as always. I'm going to give you three DoorDash conspiracy theories. They kind of can apply to other delivery apps as well, and I'll kind of cross thing. Um, and why do I call them conspiracy theories? Because I have no data or proof to back it up. It's just kind of my gut feeling, my observation, and just hearing what other people have said. So I would love to hear you chime in, see if you agree or disagree with these, if they seem to run true in your market, or if you have other conspiracy theories for these apps. So I would love to just hear what you think on these. So come on in, say hi as you get here. So let's see. I'm gonna start with I wrote them down because I'm too tired. By the way, I did deliver today. I actually ended earlier than I planned because the headlights on my car went out and did not really want to get pulled over or get into an accident. More worried about getting pulled over than an accident, honestly. So I came home early, which is why I'm doing the stream. I was just planning on being out till midnight or 1 or 2 or something and delivering late night orders tonight. But no headlights on the car means no delivery for me. But I did hit my goal of $200 for the day. Not quite $25 an hour today, but also had some interruptions, some personal stuff in the middle of the day. So if you did deliver today, Saturday, June 1st, let me know how you did. Let me know in the comments down below. So, conspiracy theory number one that I have is this: keep moving, and sitting still is bad. Now, I can't prove this, but the number of times that I will sit in one place for 20, 30 minutes, and then the moment I move, I get an order after getting nothing. And I'm not talking about bad orders, I'm talking about get no orders at all. And sitting in a restaurant parking lot, the number of times that I get an order as soon as I move and I leave that parking lot, many times for that exact restaurant, is too many for me to count. So this is why, oops, sorry, bumping my stand here. This is why I place this as conspiracy theory that I have number one. I think that somehow the app registers you sitting still as inactive and unwanting to move right away should you get an order. Now, again, the whole point here is I can't prove this, but I have talked to so many different delivery drivers who have experienced the same thing, that they are sitting in one place waiting for an order, get absolutely nothing, and then they move and then they get an order almost right away. And so I tested it out today just a little bit. Again, nothing empirical, but after about 5 minutes sitting anywhere, instead of just sitting there, I just moved to another location. And it was pretty consistent tonight that when I moved to the next location, I got something more. Now, there's one other possibility that it could be. It could just be you're sitting in a really bad zone and there are no orders there. So moving to a new location will give you access to a different group of orders that are being sent out than where you were. Um, but like I said, there have been more than enough times that I have sat in the parking lot of a restaurant or a group of restaurants and get nothing for 15, 20 minutes. And then the moment I move, I get an order. So, again, that's my conspiracy theory number one that I have. So, have you experienced that? Have you experienced you sit, you get nothing, and then you move and you get something right away from right where you were sitting? Hey, Tommy, thanks for checking in tonight, talking DoorDash conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theory one, that keep moving, sitting still is bad. And a lot of the sitting still and waiting for an order, it comes out of the idea of trying to save on gas. But I also think it comes from Instacart, right? Because so much of Instacart is you have to be in the zone of that. But I think even with Instacart, I think there are times that it's better to be driving around in a parking lot than sitting still. The hard part is how do you accept orders when you're moving? But anyway, that's conspiracy theory number one. Conspiracy theory number two that I have, and chime in. Have you experienced any of these? Do you have your own conspiracy theories on this? Um, this is the newest thing I've started doing, which is this. I will turn off DoorDash immediately after receiving a bad order. Um, the heart behind this conspiracy theory is I want to, and maybe it just makes me feel better, but I want to punish DoorDash every time they send me a bad offer. Now, obviously, if you don't have the freedom to dash now anytime, you can't use this because then that ends your dash. But you could potentially pause. And sometimes I'll combine this with the first one, which is I'll end it and move because my thought process goes like this. As a platinum dasher, in theory, I should receive the best possible offer that I'm in the range for, right? In theory. Now, you can believe that might be a whole separate conspiracy theory. Do platinum dashers get the best offers? Do they not? Be interested to hear for those of you who have done tiers not on platinum dasher. Do you still get good orders? Because it certainly wasn't an advantage to be top dasher previously. But um, I like to think that there's something that you can tell the algorithm. If the algorithm sends you something bad that you don't like, the worst possible thing you can do is take it. The second worst possible thing you can do is let it sit on your screen for a long time before you decline. I think the faster you decline, the faster you turn off the app and do that, I think the more likely they will not send you that type of order right away. And so what I've been doing recently is I make the assumption if I get a bad order, that is the best order that they have to send me in that moment. And so that means the next one's probably not going to be much better. So I will immediately turn off DoorDash. And depends on the situation, right? If it's still in the middle of a meal rush, then I'll just reposition a couple miles in a different direction to try to get access to a different group of orders. Or if it's kind of the end of the night. So like say I get a bad order and it's 8:30 or 9 o'clock at night, that's the symbol to me that potentially the main supper time is over and really good orders are going to be few and far between. So then locally in my market, I switch to earn by time, usually right around between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. So yes, I do. Yeah, so I deliver on DoorDash, Uber Eats, Instacart, Grubhub. Those are my four apps that I do. So I do think that there may be some my conspiracy theories might cross apply over some of those other apps. But I'm specifically talking DoorDash because I've just been doing a lot of DoorDash recently with this whole acceptance rate climb. So if you haven't seen those videos on working from, I think it was 16%, and dropped the newest acceptance rate climb video today, and that I won't spoil the ending, but that started at, what was it, 29% or something like that. Um, so that posted this morning. So I've been just doing over the last 30 days, I've done well over like 150 deliveries, which is just a crazy amount because I was trying to get up to Platinum Dasher and to test it out for everybody and see what I like and don't like about it. So that's where I'm applying to that. So conspiracy theory number one, keep moving, sitting still is bad. Conspiracy theory number two, turn off the app as soon as they send you a bad offer. You need to reposition or switch to a different mode, either earn by time or earn per offer, whatever it is. Um, so one of those two. Okay, my conspiracy theory number 3 that I have with DoorDash is this: is that they, meaning DoorDash, will throttle your earnings opportunities over some sort of set period of time. So, and the other app that I think that this clearly applies to is Instacart. It is absolutely mind blowing what I see in Instacart groups. You'll have people who have a $200, $300 day one day, and the next day they literally don't see any offers over $10 or $15 the entire day at the same exact stores in the same exact market, and seeing other delivery people pull all sorts of orders out of that store that they just literally just won't even show you the offers. Hey, is that Zoe 6 Vet? Thank you so much. Thanks for the sub. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for helping grow this small channel. So, conspiracy theory number 3: I believe that DoorDash will throttle your earnings, and I think probably most of these apps will. And this is the reason why I think there's a benefit to multi-apping. I find that if I don't use Uber Eats a lot for a couple of days or don't take many orders, then it seems like out of nowhere I just get a really good day on Uber Eats, or I might go a week or two without getting many Grubhub orders, and then all of a sudden they'll send 4 or 5 really good ones in one day, and then I'll go. It just appears to me that none of these apps ever really want you to be consistently making the same amount from them time and time again. So I don't know. I would love to hear. So kind of chime in. Again, if you did do delivery today, I would love to hear how your day went. Was it a good? It was. I got a late start. Like I said a little bit earlier, I did 200 and change for the day. I came home early because my headlights in my car went out, so I'm gonna have to try to get them fixed tomorrow so I can do some nighttime dashing and delivering again. Um, but I also didn't start till lunchtime. Like usually I'll do Costco drop on Saturdays at like 9 or 9:30, and I don't think I even left the house until like 11 this morning. So um, it was 200, and I forget what the final number was. I think it's like 220, 225, something like that. And I did it in about, let's see, what time is it now? It's 10:30. I'm 10. Well, I was out in total for 11 hours, but there was some other stuff mixed in there. So whatever, I can't math right now. So if you did deliver today, let me know how you did. If you have delivered on these apps, do you agree with these conspiracy theories? Or comment down below too. I would love to hear. Do you have any other conspiracy theories about DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, Instacart, um, things that you do? And while you're doing that, always check in to see what are you drinking tonight. I actually have the double. I have a little bit of coffee left over that I was drinking earlier today. So that's to keep me awake. And then this is alkaline water. So to just keep me hydrated. So let me know what you are drinking down in the comments below. And I would imagine it's pretty quiet in here, and I imagine a lot of people are probably still out delivering. I know, or out just doing family stuff. And it seems like in the delivery world, it's about 50-50, right? About half the people in the delivery world go all in on the weekends, and then the other half seem to just check out for the weekends, depending on schedule and different things, and how much they are part time or full time. So, but love to hear from you guys if you guys have any other thoughts. Um, Channel updates, like I said before, the newest rating climb video posted this morning. So now there's 3 up in that series. So I encourage you to watch it from day one. I not every single delivery was videotaped, but I've cataloged. I think that's the right word. I've cataloged every delivery in that rating climb from 16% all the way up to wherever it finishes here, because I won't spoil it for you for this one. And there's still at least at least 2. I think there's probably 2 or 3 more videos coming in that series. I started recording a new series today, um, but I don't know if I'm going to actually be able to pull it off. So I will, if not, I'm going to still release the video because I did all the work for it. The rating climb. Okay, so Mr. McKinnon, thanks for tuning in. So in my market, they rolled out the tiers program for DoorDash at the beginning of May, and they gave us, I forget what it was, 7 to 10 days notice. And when I got the notification on that, I decided, well, I'm going to at least try for Platinum Dasher. Um, and so I decided, well, I'm going to just take every offer and catalog it for you guys so you can make the decision as to whether or not it's worth it from you. And through the first 3 videos that I did on this rating climb, so you can look up rating climb. So if you haven't, just look under this channel, look up the rating climb. There's 3 videos in the series. I took every single offer and I did it on earn by time while multi-apping and trying to keep my pay right around $25 an hour. Now, sometimes, some days we made it, some days we didn't. That's what I catalog, and I also catalog a little bit of my strategy in how to make your earn by time and DoorDash profitable if you are still trying to work towards Platinum Dasher and a way to do that. So, yeah, I'm just reading what you wrote here. Yeah, man, that's a tough market. If you haven't messed around with earn by time, I would at least I would at least work with it. Now, I don't know what your base rate of earn by time is in your market. Around here, it's like 13 to 14 unless there's some sort of peak pay. It's like 13 to 14 an hour. Wow, so $6 an hour in this market. Wow, that's really rough. That would be hard to do. Yeah, $6 an hour. If that's what they're guaranteeing you for earn by time. I don't think I would do that. But 13 to 14 works pretty well here because I usually get fed with consistent orders. Um, and so that works out to usually about $6 to $7 an order. And then if I can get a $3 to $4 tip on each one, that gets me whatever, to the $20 to $22 range. Now, I'm still doing earn per offer. Now I'm doing it for meal times, lunch on weekends, supper on weekends, sometimes even breakfast time, brunch time on weekends too. I'll do that. And then on weeknights, supper times on weeknights. So, okay. So if you don't have earn by time, that's really tough. I would, are you unlocked on other apps? Do you have other delivery apps where you can um, maybe start to decline a little bit on DoorDash so you don't have to take um, every single offer that they're giving you? Um, and again, oh, okay. So if you're not delivering, yeah, that's for sure. This is a constantly changing market, and every like the so DoorDash, Uber Eats, the apps are constantly changing. Your local market is constantly changing. What people are wanting to tip is constantly changing. How they feel about things politically is constantly changing, right? So this is a very dynamic industry. Even though you might just say, "Well, I made 10 deliveries yesterday and 10 deliveries today," and you made 10 deliveries 6 months ago. It's There's a high variance. The other day, he was sitting there on the DoorDash spot, declining offers, sitting at $40 an hour. Yeah, you know, occasionally I'll get a $40 hour, but yeah, $40 an hour is really tough down here when we're not in season. I'm South Florida, so we have thousands of snowbirds that flood our area, and so from November, December through March, it's like it's hopping most every day of the week. But once you get to the summer, it's definitely a grind down here. So Um, so yeah. Anyway, okay, you only use one app. Yeah. So if you're really interested in trying to increase your dollars per hour, definitely think about seeing if there's other apps that are good in your market. For me, like Grubhub doesn't contribute much. I did one Grubhub today, got $11, um, and but it's still nice to have every now and then. It'll take me do that. So okay, so I can't afford to throw away money. Broke, don't have the privilege of being selected. I think I get where you're coming from. Okay, so and definitely encourage you to like hang out on this channel because we're working through a bunch of things. I have a lot of debt in my own life and like that I'm working through. So we're trying to help you um like real like this is why I love doing this hangout time because I totally get where you're coming from. It's I'm not in a position to do that, but I still think if you can even decline the worst 10% of your orders, there's a there's a chunk there's a opportunity cost, right? And I was thinking about this tonight because I'm taking a few DoorDash offers that I really wouldn't. And if you're watching and you guys have other thoughts or advice, please chime on in because that's what makes this community so great. Because I know we can help each other out through this. But like I took a $5 for 1 mile today on DoorDash. I think I maybe took two of them that I would not have normally taken. Um, and I was thinking like, man, what good offer is being sent to somebody else if I didn't take it? And so there's an opportunity cost. I think so. I've been hanging right around 80%. I know Platinum Dasher percentage is different in different markets, but if you can just decline the 10% worst orders and let your acceptance rate go to 90%, just saying no to that $3 1 mile or worse, that $3 8 mile order, or that $10 15 mile order, but it's 15 miles drive back to get to something else good again. Um, I'm putting together a video in my head, so I build videos in my head first before I record them about the new way to cherry pick because I don't think cherry picking is um, just about cherry picking the best offers and some other strategies with that. I was one of the first drivers in the Grubhub app when Grubhub came to my community. I accidentally walked into a Panda Express without a mask on. Yeah, I was not delivering in 2020, so I don't have those experiences. I can imagine it might have been, kind of not the most fun. I mean, maybe good earnings, but maybe not the most fun with some of those things. So anyway, um, do you have other streams of income other than food delivery and gig delivery work if you're just doing DoorDash? Or is there something else that you're working towards? Um, be I would definitely consider um, trying to build some other streams of income. Yeah, is it just me? Genuine. Hey, thanks for chiming in. Hey, this is the right place to be. We're talking conspiracy theories tonight. DoorDash has been way worse and empty these past 2 weeks. Okay, obviously part of that answer is market dependent, right? For us here, Southwest Florida, we have a pretty steady decline from like April on, um, but sometime in March. So I was a in the large order program before DoorDash tiers came out. And if you go back and you see some of my videos, I was averaging, now it was in season, so maybe an extra bump, but 3 to 5 large orders, catering orders a day. Um, and one of the reasons I wanted to get Platinum Dasher was because I'm still certified, but I hadn't seen catering orders. We are now almost a month in, and I've delivered probably 20 out of the last 30 days. Um, on DoorDash. I have not seen one catering bag required order on tiers when I was averaging 3 to 5 a day. So, um, Here's my guess. Okay, so add this to the other potential conspiracy. Let me see what Russo says here. DoorDash been dead these last 2 weeks. I've been doing DoorDash and Instacart in the background. Instacart really been carrying me lately. Um, so, I'll get to your thought in a second, Mr. McKinnon. Um, I think that there is probably some logistical nightmares behind the scenes in um, the rolling out of the tiers program. And I think tiers is not yet working the way it's supposed to be in every market. Okay. Now, I'm seeing signs um, like tonight during the supper rush here, I had multiple good platinum orders. I had a Outback that was a $6 plus for 1 mile that turned out to be $23. Um, that's and I'm fairly certain. Now I'm going to add to this. There were two filet mignons plus other things in that order. I'm fairly certain that is at least the old large order program. The old large order program was anything over $100. Um, and I got that order. I was sitting, I think it was sitting at Carrabba's, but it's only like a block away or 2 blocks away. And that was the type of order I was consistently getting, but I got no notification of catering bag required on that. Um, so I think there's probably, at least in some markets, and I feel like in my market, um, I feel like there's something about the tiers program in the background, in the software side, that's not working yet. So for you guys who were just chiming in, Genuine and Russo, did your markets make that change recently, um, or is it upcoming? I mean, the other side is when I stopped receiving catering orders. It was when was it? It was in March, mid March, and um, I'm trying to think, but it was when they were kind of rolling out the next wave of tiers in other places. Yeah. So I'm I'm thinking that there's possibly something that goes along with this. Now, what what tier level are you at, Genuine? Um, have you gotten up to platinum yet? Are you trying to, or you know, um, part of this thing is it's so hard to judge these new programs even after a month. It's more like it's more like over a period of several months before you can get a good judgment. And then I'm also assuming, I don't know this, but I'm assuming a new dasher coming on probably gets to start out as a platinum dasher, right? And then they're probably given a set number of days to get their 100 deliveries. Uh, but what I'm wondering is, for those who were maybe there was a group of people who kind of were grandfathered in to the platinum program, are they going to start falling off if they can't keep those 100 deliveries? If you're not full time, 100 deliveries in a 30-day, a rolling 30-day is tough. I mean, I'm I'm full time on this right now. So yeah. Okay. So Bruce. Okay. Genuine. Yes. Recent. Okay. Silver. Close to gold. Even platinum's getting bad orders. Yeah. And the map is now always gray. I'm gold now. I was platinum for a long time, but everyday DoorDash takes point from my 100 deliveries, so pretty much stay at gold full time. Yeah, I know that 100 is going to be tough to do, and I'm not here to tell you guys what to do, but I think in general, taking some late night orders on earn by time, just sucking it up. If you feel safe and comfortable in your communities doing that, just to get your rolling average up over your hundreds, yeah, I mean, because it does fall away. The other thing that probably I was thinking for me, because I did a huge bunch end of April, beginning of May, right? So I'm going to have a ton of orders coming off over the next week, because this is like the rating climb video that I did. Um, right. So 4 days ago, so you did 30 deliveries in 4 days that fell off on the back end. So you may want to start charting, because as far as I know, there's no easy way to track this. But you may want to start charting um, how many orders you're doing on DoorDash a week. And there's like the simplest way I know of is to just go into your earnings, and then you can quickly kind of see each week by clicking on that tab that says that. Um, the other thing, so like I said, I want to do a cherry picking video of the new way, the new cherry picking of the tier system with DoorDash. Um, and I do think, and again, just in general, if you're not multi-apping, I would definitely look to at least getting one or two other supplemental. I forget what you said, Instacart. Yeah, like I mean, there are days that Instacart is 100% the best app. However, I know that I can pretty much always get DoorDash orders if I just need sheer volume. They might not always be good, but I know they're always out there. Like I'd be delivering the late night Taco Bells and McDonald's right now if the headlights on my car were working. But alas, that's just how today went. Um, so you kind of got to do the math of making sure that you're getting the 25 every day. And the other thing is, um, I would there's a lot of thoughts running through my head, because these are good points, and hopefully we're all learning something and different things, because I'm all about cracking the strategy. If you can get to Platinum Dasher, you can then schedule 7 days out. Okay. Now this is like advanced level if you want to cherry pick like for a few days. So this might be a strategy that you could think about. Okay. And I haven't done this, but at some point maybe I'll do a video on this. If I wanted to do extreme cherry picking with DoorDash, and I was willing to work my tail off in the middle of the week, um, I would do something like this. And Mr. McKinnon, I want to get back to you on. I know you're posting a lot of stuff. But I want to kind of work through this conversation first. So keep posting, and I'll get caught up on everything, guys. If you have other questions, throw that into. This would be my extreme cherry picking with DoorDash on tiers. It will involve this: get to platinum, and I'm assuming you want to cherry pick like crazy Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, this would be the scenario. So you're looking for 3 days of cherry picking. You get to platinum on Thursday. Make sure you're to platinum on Thursday of that week, and then you schedule all your Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You schedule as far out as you can on on DoorDash, because you can schedule while you're platinum and you save all those dashes. Then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you extreme cherry pick and you take only the best of the best. Yeah, no, so it is available, but what I'm saying is, Russo, so it is available, Dash Now, anytime. There might be some markets where it's not, but what I'm saying is, if you're going to extreme cherry pick, at some point you're going to lose your platinum partway through, but if you schedule while you're platinum, it'll still keep those reserved for the 7 days, from what I've heard. Okay, does that make sense? Let me know if you're understanding what I'm buying. And I haven't tried this out yet, but I this is one thing I really want to try to do is so get to platinum on Thursday, schedule 6, 7 days out, cherry pick galore Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Take only the best of the best that it'll give you, and try to seek out hidden tips and everything like that. And then you're just going to kill yourself on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday the next week, and try to take with those schedule orders. And probably the best way to do this is just on earn by time and take everything and get 70 orders for the next Thursday, and then extreme cherry pick again the next weekend. I don't know if it would work. That's probably a loophole that, if it exists, is going to be shut down at some point. But I think it would make a really fun video series. So I want to do that in a little bit. I'm working on through some other series, but it's like you get the perks up front on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and of course you got to learn how to read your hidden tips on the lower offers. It would also be, and then you just have to go back and rating, climb yourself back up. And I mean, it would be painful. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is going to be painful. And so you just have to run the numbers to see if it's worth it like that in your market. And because you're gonna, so if you extreme cherry pick, I mean, if bottom tier on tiers is like what not being a top dasher was back before then, my acceptance rate was usually between like 15 to 30%, depending on the week. Um, so then you're going to probably have to take 50 orders in 4 days. Is that doable? I mean, probably. You know, if you're full time, you could probably do it that way. And of course, if you're doing that, that's gonna, you know, I mean, it's gonna bust out a ton of orders. Um, and so anyway, that's an idea. I think there's lots of room to be learning on all this stuff, and there's a lot of people out there just driving, and we're all just kind of learning this. I know certain markets have been on tiers for a long time, but a lot of the YouTube creators that I've been watching, they've all just kind of started on this in the last month or so. So there's going to be some loopholes, and of course DoorDash will close those loopholes and different things. All right. Um, so I think that kind of catches up through that conversation. But Russo and Genuine, if I missed anything that you said, just post that again. Uber's been very good. I got 27 for 3.4 miles, but someone got it first with $4. My my big negative of the weekend was yesterday. I got a $33 on Grubhub for 10 miles, which not great miles, but $33 is $33, and I can get that done in less than an hour. And when I got to the restaurant, it wouldn't let me click that I was there, and then it reassigned it to someone else, even though it was still on my screen. And like then it just getting canceled. And of course, it's Grubhub, so you get absolutely nothing. You get no pay, no anything. But anyway, all right, Mr. McKinnon, I'm gonna go back and get caught up on your stuff. But if um, Russo Genuine, if I missed anything in that conversation, let me know, because a lot of stuff was scrolling by fast, and I'm still kind of learning how to do all of this. Let's see. It's my it's not mileage is killing me. It's a restaurant instead of drive through Taco Bell for 45 minutes. Maybe try to figure out how to package Taco. Okay. So yeah, if earn by time is not available in your market, obviously that's where that is an advantage. Like it's amazing the mindset shift I have when I'm on earn by time. Like I don't care, be a traffic jam. Like I'll sit in traffic for an hour. It's like, yeah, I know my pay per hour is not as good as what it would be otherwise, but like I just don't care, because a lot of times doing it earn by time at 11 o'clock at night, like I'll sit in a Sonic drive-through for 20 minutes going nowhere if I know I'm getting paid, because you know. So if you don't have earn by time, if you have other markets in range, you could certainly drive and see if there's anything else there. Um, yeah. So um, and otherwise, I would just say know which restaurants are just they're just not worth going to. And I just think that unless you're required to, I don't think there's ever a reason you should have 100% completion percentage. I mean, literally, unless you're creating content for YouTube, that's the reason to do it, because there's just no way that you know what the bottom of the barrel orders are for your market. So just start declining those. If you just decline the bottom 10%, um, I think it's going to open up things. Hey, fix the system, Mr. McKinnon. Go for it. Do it. I mean, for real, like come up with ways and do things. Yeah, and I honestly, I don't follow all the lawsuit and behind the scenes stuff. I get it. There's stuff, but the way I look at it is, I'm just in the end, I'm the one who's responsible for choosing which orders I take. I have the ability to choose which perks and programs I want to be on. So I don't worry about any sort of being top level on Grubhub or Uber Eats. Um, I am working to stay as Platinum Dasher, and I am a Diamond shopper on Instacart. So those two I value higher than the others. Um, but yeah, so that's that. Let's see, getting caught up. Yeah, I mean, it just sounds like you got some restaurants that you don't want to do. Hey, Brian, thanks for chiming in and being here tonight. Yeah, and genuine. I mean, I my expectation is a full Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, like a 12 hour, that I should be 250 to 300 here. Um, it's market, of course, and there's days I don't hit it, but I mean, like I did probably a solid 10 hours of delivery today, did 225, and that was with some slow times and taking some less than ideal orders. So much of this is market dependent. So, Brian, hey, what is happening? We're talking over DoorDash conspiracy theories. For those of you who missed it at the beginning, I'm just gonna run over them. You can go back and watch this all. These are my three DoorDash conspiracy theories. We've talked about some other stuff, so if you have any for any of these apps, my three conspiracy theories are: number one, keep moving. I think DoorDash, when it sees that you're not moving and not driving around or whatever, they are less likely to send you orders, even if it's just moving around the parking lot or just driving across the street. So I tested that out. I had a little fun today. It didn't sit anywhere for more than 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes of getting no orders, I moved. And every time that I moved, I got it, whether that just moved me to a better zone that had better restaurants or whatever. But that's one. Two, I believe that we should be punishing, if you have the ability to dash now anytime, I believe we should be punishing DoorDash by sending us, when they send us bad offers, by immediately turning off the app after declining a bad offer, and probably also moving as well. And lastly, I believe that they will throttle your earnings over some set amount of time. So if you have either a really good day or week or month, I think that they're tracking how much individual drivers are, and they kind of make sure that not one person is getting fed all the best offers all the time. So that's the summary of my three conspiracy theories. We also talked about maybe some of the software in DoorDash being broken behind the scenes on that. So let's see. Typical mom and pop shops around here pay $2 delivery plus 7% commission on all food delivered. And you can take 2 to 3 orders at a time. Yeah, Mr. McKinney is writing a book. Hey, but you know what? Like, this is uh, this is a good place to process, and this is what I want this to be, because it's there are frustrations with this gig delivery world, and so here's my twofold on it. And I mentioned this last night in a live stream too, and I don't go live every night, but just when it works. Negativity gets clicks, negativity gets subscribers, negativity builds your channel fast. But I'm in my own life, I'm coming out of negativity, and I don't want to live in that. So I'm just trying to help you guys and myself see what do we need to do differently? How can we think differently? How can we try things out differently? And just say, look, we can't control anything behind the scenes of what's going on in the world of DoorDash. So I want to just help you guys figure that out. One other thing, and I don't think I mentioned it tonight, that I use a lot, and this is part of that future cherry picking. So maybe I'll just have to make this video because I keep talking about it. Um, if you don't know, in that top left corner, I can't show you because my delivery phone is the one that I'm currently talking to right now. You can go in the top left corner, at least on an iPhone, and you can click pause orders after delivery. I do that a lot because my zone is huge. Okay, my zone is about 30 miles. Literally, my DoorDash zone is roughly 30 miles north to south and 20 miles east to west. It is a huge zone. It's about 600 square miles. And the whole eastern half of my zone tends to either be low tipping, no tipping, or super high mileage with no restaurants at drop off. So anytime DoorDash starts bringing me out that way and I get uncomfortable, instead of wasting a decline, I just hit pause after delivery because I know there's a fairly good chance. Now, if my acceptance rate is high enough, like right now I'm around 80, I think I finished the night at 83. Um, but of those 83, most of those have been really okay orders. Like sometimes the earn by time ones aren't great because that's just the risk you take. But pause after delivery and then reset yourself 2 or 3 miles in whatever direction, have your better restaurants and your higher tipping restaurants. That's the way to be. So anyway, um, yeah, and I think there's definitely room for those of you who are like, if you're looking to deliver for mom and pop places, and I've even thought about approaching. We have one coffee shop in town who orders from Instacart pretty much every day. They almost always have an order at Costco for the Costco drop, and I've thought about just going to them and saying, hey, instead of you paying all those Instacart fees, could I wouldn't know how to work this out, but I just thought, man, like I should just go and say, hey, can I just be your shopper? Can you just can I just work for you for 10%? 10% of whatever you buy, could I just I'll take 10% and I'll shop and deliver for you. I thought about that because I mean I've taken probably 15 of their orders on Instacart. They're always good tippers on top of that. And so if you have ways in to do that, um, you know, there's ways to do that. Is it hard to pause the app on DoorDash lately? Okay, so if it's live, if I'm just like not going anywhere, yes, it's hard, Russo. But um, I think I haven't had many issues with pause after delivery while I'm on an ongoing order. So it has been laggy, though. Yes, I agree with either the pause dash or end dash. That's felt laggy to me the last couple days. But pause after delivery while you're on a current delivery, that hasn't been. So, and I know DoorDash loves to hit you with something right away. And a lot of times, if you're not in a good delivery zone with that drop off, just repositioning 1 or 2 miles can make a difference. So, Robert, hey, thanks for tuning in. Hey there, you're correct. Move around or get nothing. The DoorDash app is AI algorithm driven. The app knows more about us than we know about ourselves. I absolutely believe that in a scary way. Um, yeah, so I I really think that there is something to it. Now, I don't think that means you should never sit anywhere. Like I don't think you literally need to just be driving up and down the road the entire time. But I would give yourself 5 minutes if and even something like 5 minutes and then just get out of the car and walk around, just walk around the parking lot or, if you're like sitting, whatever, go to a sidewalk. I'm definitely there. All right, Mr. McKinnon, let me get caught up. And if anybody else has any other questions, let me know. But I think I'm going to wrap it up for the night. Um, uh, Market, we have a problem with logistics, giant river running through the middle of town, measure the rate straight line for the restaurant to the customer. So one of our issues down here is we have so many gated communities that DoorDash or all the apps really, they're like, you're 5 miles away. Well, yeah, but the entrance that I as a guest have to go in is like an extra 3 or 4 miles. Um, so uh, yeah. So I sometimes you just that's knowing your market or whatever. You could definitely think about. I don't know how close you are, you know, if you've got the freedom at some point to just try a different market, try a different zone. I have some zones north of me that I really want to try because I do want to figure out what's up with catering orders and why I'm not seeing any after seeing 3 to 5 a day before tiers and not seeing any recently. So, yeah, 12-mile detour to accomplish a 1 mile delivery. I feel you there. Yeah. And they go straight. The other Instacart's really bad with this too. If you have a pickup and then you have two, like a double, like you're doing shopping for two, and the drop offs are on two opposite locations, they only, at least for in our area, they only count the two from the store to each of those two locations. They don't count the double back. So let's say you're at the store and you have two drop offs that are 10 miles in each direction. They're going to call that 20 miles. But to drop those off, you've got to drive 10, 20, 30 miles. So they shortchange you on miles there. Let's see. That's a ridiculous. Yeah. Well, you know, all of this stuff, I don't think these apps want you to be full-time permanent workers for them, or else they would have set you up as employees. They want you to be independent contractors. Um, so, you know, explore other possibilities too. Maybe there's something better for you, or maybe you can just choose only the peak times to do that. Like it just sounds like you got a really rough market, Mr. McKinnon. So, but we post a lot of videos. Hope do some research and maybe you can find something that'll help you go a little bit. The app knows I use Instacart because I'll get no orders as soon as I get a good Instacart order. DoorDash magically sends an order for like $3. They definitely know more about us. GPS never sends you the guest entrance. It sucks. So what I've done on Waze is when it brings me to like the members entrance and not the guest entrance, I'll mark it as closed on Waze. Usually it doesn't stick, but every once in a while it'll still show it's closed when I go back to that community. Some of that just comes with time too. It's like I've started to learn. Oh yeah, there's no entrances to communities off of this road. They're all on this road or whatever. So because the newcomers are getting the large order program orders called honeymoon phase. They want them to stay and not quit, cycling off cherry pickers on DoorDash at the bottom. My thoughts. Yeah, I think that's probably true. I still I'm I would love to talk to a brand new DoorDasher who comes on. And like, do you start as platinum? If I signed up for DoorDash today, do I start as platinum? Do I get platinum for the first 30 days, no matter how many orders I get? I My wife is not a dasher, but I should just have her sign up and just go with her. She probably wouldn't want to deliver by herself, but I'd go with her and just see, does she get platinum dasher for 30 days? If that is, if there's anything there. So yeah, the goal. And Mr. McKinnon and Robert, you're both saying the same thing. The goal of the tier program is to get rid of cherry pickers. We shall see if they win. Goal is to make a profit for investors. Yeah, absolutely. And they're gonna push things as low as they possibly can. And so you've got to figure out. I I I've been binge watching. I try not to do too much just consuming of YouTube, but the one thing I consume is chess. Like I'm not good at playing chess, but I've been enjoying watching people play chess, which I know sounds just as silly. It's probably just as silly as some people think of like watching people play video games. I enjoy watching people play chess. Um, there's a massive chess game going on, and I'm not ready to resign yet in this. I want to have some fun testing things, pushing the limits, and in the meantime, the side note to all of this is kind of as we're wrapping up here, because this is the longest live stream I've ever done. Really good conversation. Appreciate all you guys tonight. But I think everybody should be looking to diversify more potential income streams, especially if you're full time, right? Like if if you woke up tomorrow and you found out you were deactivated on DoorDash because they didn't like something you did, would you be at like an utter breaking point? Like if your answer is yes, you need to start developing things. And this is like full disclosure for you guys, because like I'm all about just being like open and honest. One of the reasons I decided to start this YouTube channel back in January, and there's like old videos I had. This used to be like where I would post videos of my eBay listings, like before you could embed videos. So if you go back to like my oldest videos on here, it's just like stuff I was trying to sell on eBay back in the day, right? But like the reason I relaunched this channel as what it is, you know, focusing on side hustle and gig stuff, is because there is a ceiling to how much you can make. Even if you have what's a great day, right? $30 an hour, for a 12-hour day. I mean, I did one of my videos, one of my most popular videos was I did $600 in 24 hours on Super Bowl Sunday. And that was before tiers, of course. And I mean, that's a great day, right? And that's still $25 an hour. Like, what's the cap here, right? It can't be, it's not much higher than 25. You know, maybe if you're in California and you get, I forget what it's called, right, where they get paid extra for, anyway, you know what I'm talking about probably. Um, it's, 25 is going to be the cap in most places. So, um, be looking, like, I don't think any of us really want to be capped at 25 for the rest of our life, right? And 25 today is worth less than 25 tomorrow, and it's worth less than 25 the day after. So, we want to help you build some extra income streams here as well. And like I've said in some of the other videos, I've got connections with people who do eBay, Amazon, private label. I've launched a product off of Kickstarter. Um, yeah, there's areas in my life that are not where I want them to be, but I've also gained a lot of experience with a lot of things as well, and have lots of connections in these spaces. So, just reach out to us. If you want to get in touch, we do have a Patreon. That's link is in the description below. You can join there for free. There is a $5 level, but you can also just join there for free, get some extra behind the scenes stuff, and you can also just send messages to me there. I'm just too busy to have an email set up quite yet, but if you want to kind of reach out and do things, we're looking to build that. If you guys are delivery drivers, we've got Upside as a cashback for gas. We just added our fourth referral, and we're doing a challenge. And one of my challenges that I'm doing on this channel is I'm trying to pay off a credit card with cashback and affiliate cash from Upside alone. And so there's a video on there, and there's a link to Upside down in the description. One of my buddies just signed up through that link, and I think he got $7 cash back on his first fill up. So I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but when I'm up to almost $100 cash back in a couple of months. So it's like, hey, if you're out there driving, make sure you're getting cash back. If not through Upside, then through some form or something. You're right. We got to look for something to do, because eventually robots and driverless cars will take over the world. Yep, or drones or whatever. There will always be opportunities, even in a techie world, um, and so um, I don't think you need to despair. But on the other hand, the actual gig delivery job is probably fairly limited. And if you can find other things, and again, big part of this is just building relationships. You know, there's a lot of people who, Instacart shoppers who know Costco really well because they're in their everyday shopping, who I bet would have a chance of making more than 25 an hour if they would just apply and work at Costco. And I know not everybody wants that. Not everybody wants the boss and all that they want. Everybody wants to be your own boss and different things, but that's always something to consider. I mean, I always have my eyes open for full-time jobs that might come up. So yeah, Robert, I've actually toured an Amazon facility, and I've sold on Amazon. I've sold well over $1 million worth of products on Amazon in my life, and I've toured the Amazon facilities, and this was a couple of years ago. It is amazing what those robots do and how they do, but there was still the job of programming those robots. So they do take one set of jobs away, but then there's always a new set of jobs that ends up being created. So you just have to look for those opportunities as you go. So um, and just keep moving. And like that's what we want this channel to be about. So reach out, either post comments here afterwards, because we'll repost this video, or reach out through Patreon if you've got other questions, or if you guys want to request some videos and other stuff about other side hustle things. One of my good buddies just started his YouTube channel, so eventually I hope to have him on as well to talk about some things. And he's started a bunch of different businesses over the years, and so if you're interested in pursuing any of this stuff, um, let me know. But thank you all for coming and hanging out. some of you guys are returning and some of you for the first time. If you haven't done so, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button before you go and subscribing. Like I said, we've got some new content out, more new content coming out every week. So appreciate you. You guys all have been part of the longest live stream that I have ever done, an hour long. You guys are awesome. Have a great night.